I'm all out of shits to give, loincloth. Welcome to the fucking reckoning.
Put your damn gun down. People are gonna get hurt. We need to talk this through. All right?
Shut up. You're not gonna talk yourself out of this, loincloth shit fuck.
This is the mercenary at the gates. His chest rises and falls under the ceramic breastplate. His fingers reach for the butt of his sidearm. There's something very wrong with him.
Shh.
This is a misunderstanding. Nothing irreversible has happened yet. You can just return to your unit and forget all about this.
The Kipt is merciful, willing to spare us if we just forget about our murdered and humiliated commander. I think we should just kill everyone, Corty.
You are all drunk. Come to your senses. You won't gun down 7 people in the middle of the street. This isn't a frontier town or a jungle outpost.
Easy, Lizzie. Let me handle it. I know guys like this. I'm sure we can come to a peaceful agreement. Ain't that right, Phil?
He is facing overwhelmingly superior firepower, and he knows it.
Peaceful.
Nest in your abdominal cavity like a little wild mouse. The masked man's words are barely intelligible.
Fuck, there's a third one. How did we miss something like this?
This third one, he is the most dangerous of them all, heavily armed.
My plan is not to get killed, but we have to intervene.
He doesn't want to, but he must.
The Mercenary Tribunal.
Mercenary at the gate.
If this turns into a firefight, we should take him out first.
A sound strategy. He's the leader.
Yeah, let's go.
Get lost, comedian. You cops had your chance. Now it's fucking time for some justice.
Pig fuck!
Uh-oh.
Oh, people are gonna die today. We're not leaving it like this. These tribals hung him up for everyone to see.
No one is going to kill anyone. Let's just put the guns down and talk like civilized human beings.
With a wordless gurgle, the killer loads his long rifle. The leader gives a small nod to the helmeted man. Suddenly, the grip of your sidearm feels. Shoot him in the mouth. Shoot him before he shoots you.
Uh-oh.
If you waste time, people will die. No, we can do this. Drag it out a bit. I don't know about this getting under his skin. What if he gets under yours? I'm barely keeping your hand from trembling here. Whatever you do, stop wasting your time thinking about it.
Down well.
Rude. Rude is the killer. Rude, the killer. Owen Cloven. He doesn't talk.
All of you cunts inside out.
The gunner, the raddest, the killer. What do you think he...
There, on the rim of Owen Cloven's helmet, you count little stick figures. 19, 20, 21. About 50 little stick figures. These men served in Seminai. The two little white figures in the end are from when they moved to Revachol. They're recent.
That's right. Plenty of kicks here in Revachol.
T, let's fucking do it.
Now, easy. Easy now.
Who the fuck is that?
Glacia, the woman upstairs, where is she?
She left!
Unarmed, hunched, but keeping it together.
She left! Her room's cleaned out! Right before these assholes showed.
We should have arrested her.
Hey, Bushman! Your little cunt isn't gonna help you out of this one!
She's gone. Forget about it. For God's sake, tell them the Hardys didn't do it. Present a case.
Yeah? Who did that?
Time. You had time to fuck around in that church, to run errands for your...
Time is up, loincloth. Give me a name. Now! How fucking convenient.
His fingers are twitching. That's a draw reflex. He's about to draw.
What the fuck? What are you... You think I'm fucking stupid, cop? What if I just shot one of your pals? Go ahead. Tell me it was the fucking cafeteria manager.
Listen, please. This cop and this drumhead cop marshal won't decide who...
He's gonna do it. He's gonna shoot her.
Uh-oh.
The Hardy Boys confessed to hanging him. All together. Titus said, we took him out back and hanged him. He said it loud. In a public place.
You're lying. DePaul heard it.
A Kiel Model 40 revolver. 8 rounds in the barrel. The gun slowly...
You heard wrong. She and these men have been helping us find the shooter.
Fucking liars.
The shot rings in your ears. A low... The young woman stands and looks behind her. The shot has flown over her head.
I missed.
Not true. He purposefully over-aimed and shot the window. You had him second-guessing himself. Only for a second.
I know what I heard, Corty. They said they killed him. They said it was a good way to end a Sunday.
That's bad. You need to stop arguing now. This won't be won by talking about the case. They don't care.
You think I care what that company cunt thinks?
The man stares at you with bloodshot eyes. Now is not a good time to strike. He's looking right at your hands. Do something else. Get him distracted.
She's gone, you stupid fuck. Sailed off.
As you look to the bay, you see a
Stay cool! Don't do anything stupid!
The company bitch is gone. Laylee's cunt is gone. Laylee's gone. Fuck are we still doing in this
Guys, I just get in the way.
Hold your ground. Any more of you run, I'll shoot you myself.
They're afraid. All of them. Trembling, no. The rest will stay. They will hold their ground, even if it means dying.
Yes.
Yeah? So what? You should be drunk too. Or, like, drunker. You don't want to die sober, do you?
Nah. I'm clear as day. Fucking government order.
He must be tweaked off too, with something other than alcohol.
Enough already! What is this? We didn't come here to fucking chat!
Interrupt me again and I will execute you on the spot, Lance Corporal.
Now, you got them both off-piste. He's foaming mad at her. Dangerous. Ask about him first. You don't want personal facts about his dead friend coming out of your mouth. He...
Sergeant Major Raoul Cortiner, reporting in to burn this fucking mud hut to the ground.
Good, man.
As he moves, the interlocking pieces of his armor click. Softly. Cortiner. Major Raoul Cortiner. Friends with Lely. Raoul and Lely.
For killing, maiming, and humiliating our commanding officer. You're all sentenced to death by lead. Fuck do you mean?
We've heard testimony. People say he was charismatic, a nice guy to be.
Yeah, he liked to chat up the natives. Share leaflets. If Lely was here, he would spare the lot of you. Maybe shoot one for show. But
Ready to open fire, Major. At your command.
This one isn't used to being suited this long. She's uncomfortable. We'll open fire just to hurry things along.
baby blue, yeah. Like someone fucked up and put a baby's eyes on a grown man. It was creepy, but bitches like that shit, I guess. Or, I don't know what bitches like. I just know how to mow down cloths. Find his killer. Cop. His killer stands. I know what this tactic is, Silo Sam. You're gonna die for them. Right here.
This did nothing. You think you were onto something? You just wasted time. Please, act.
Uh-oh.
All right, here we go. This is an illegal tribunal. Cranell would never sank. Really? None of this looks like it's going to do anything but piss. You only have time for one argument. Choose wisely.
What always happens when you get good at your job? That name meant night raids. Fucking extrajudicial funky time. The same thing happened when we were called whatever the fuck it was. Probably not after the...
Okay, it's not much, but he's thinking about something else. And his hand is off the gun. Now fire. Fuck them up. Do it. The muscles on your back tense up.
Uh-oh. Really? Do you have any other choice? Bye.
A plume of smoke and fire erupts from the gun, and your hand goes numb from the explosion. There is a hole in his cheek. Blood gushes out as he stumbles backward, eyes filled with rage and his lips, moving, swollen with fear, are trying to say, shoot him, but he can't. To your right, the killer raises his rifle and takes aim at you. His moves are steady, but the long barrel of the rifle sways slowly.
This cube.
You stare down the barrel of the gun. You see Rude's mask behind it. 0.6 seconds remain. There are 6 little black dots in the tip of the thick barrel. Like, is there anything we could use to protect this He's drunk. Drunk fighters overcorrect. Move right, he aims further right. A full suit of armor can't be too agile. You can shift direction faster than he can. Just dodge the first shot, and the second will be easier. There's no way. You're just gonna die. Just close your eyes when it happens. You leap left. A swarm of angry lead passes mere millimeters from your side, tearing fabric off your coat. Feels like the lightest of tucks.
I've become immortal.
The man tilts his head, trying to see through the clearing smoke. Watch out! To your left. The Paul is about to take a shot too. At Kid.
God, please.
He's aiming for the eye slot in Rude's helmet. And 2 shots ring at once. One from the lieutenant's pistol, and the other from De Paul's. It's aimed at the lieutenant, but it misses. You hear a Glenn dying in a puddle of blood behind you. His mangled torso has 2 guns. You see 2 crazed eyes stare at you through all the smoke and the panic. With blood gushing from his face, the man raises his pistol at you. The look of vengeance, framed in blood, lips shaking. Here it comes. Death.
No. Evade.
You can't. There is no time. Something inside your pelvis explodes. Your entire lower body is on fire, and your legs can't support you. You fall down like a rag doll. Nothing. A persisting darkness. Dancing lights of pain.
You're bleeding out.
No one wants to party with me.
Stay with me. Yes, keep talking. You hear me?
But you can't. It's so hard. Your eyelids grow heavy. A slender white shadow towering. Someone stands there, raising her pistol at him. The lieutenant does not see it. He's pushing down on your wound. Scream immediately. He's gonna die. No, you say, and hand out your firearm to him. Your hand trembles, and your eyes are full of... That's all it takes. There is no room for hesitation. The lieutenant moves like a... You hear a faint scream, a woman's. Then the sound disappears.
This is death. One more door, baby. One more door.
The fight? There is no fight. He's not taking it. And rotting.
He can't go. There is a radio in the distance. A radio of the world. You're thirsty. Reach for the globe.
Hours turn to days. It was him. He is the infernal engine. He never stops. He only...
This is weird. But at least we didn't die.
You see the lieutenant's familiar shape in the orange jacket. It turns double, then triple, from the pain. It's nothing. You're alive. That's what matters.
Sunrise, Parabellum.
Huh.
what happened? You shot the major in the face. A firefight ensued. Yes.
You're a real killer, Harry.
As retaliation, the rifleman tried shooting you. He missed, or you dodged. Then I shot and wounded him, while Glenn took a bullet in the spine. It was meant for me. Glenn did not survive. Titus, Fat Angus, and Theo charged. Angus and Theo did not make it. They both died before they made it to intensive care. Titus survives. So do Alain and the musician. I forget his name.
Oh no. Art. Angus and Theo.
Yes, he's still alive too.
Oh, Eugene.
You were bleeding out by then. I think you said you lied about being an amnesiac, and you warned me. I was able to disarm one of them, the Pole, before she got the jump on me.
Thank you.
I killed her. And that's what happened.
Hmm.
3. Glenn, Theo, Angus. The fat one. He took a lot of bullets. And Theo, he was just too old for combat.
Right.
This is the one. The Pole was the last to die. Everard had their bodies returned to Crenel for a funeral. The company is yet to retaliate because we deterred them? Or Joyce did? Maybe the harbor in full lockdown is too costly a target. Or maybe they are simply taking their time and will attack soon. I don't know. All. Let's face it, officer, and this is both of our fault. It could have gone a little better. 6 people are dead.
Oh.
But what's done is done. The violence is cold enough. The Hornets did not get into the beehive. The worst scenario has not materialized. Yet. And we are still alive. Both of us.
His smoking, his hunched back. You have it worse, but he took a real beating. That cigarette has medicinal purposes.
Reasonably bad. You were shot in the left quadriceps. That's your thigh. The outer side, thankfully, no major arteries were nicked. The bullet was removed and a bacterial infection treated with mercurochrome. We will see.
With considerable pain and the stitches tearing every now and then, you should be able to do it.
No.
A man and a woman sit in the front seat of an armored motor carriage. The woman is driving. The man, back to that shithole, he says.
I called your station after the fight. The injury was logged in. They told me they've sent officers to... I'm sure they are worried about you. I did. It's part of a detective's task chain. You can do it too.
Actually, you can. You can even remove a fractured bullet, it seems.
Right.
Not very. I have a concussion from that woman beating me with the butt of her gun. I tried to not move. Things would be worse if you didn't warn me. Thank you. I did not see her coming.
Ooh. That was tough. I'm wearing their armor, but I still got shot in the end.
Easy now.
You can take it. Just don't lean on that leg of yours too heavily. Your balance is way off. You feel like you're about to fall over on that thing.
How are you? Your disco days should have been done quite a while back, Lieutenant Freighter. Mr. Gart cleaned it. It took him an entire day.
Wow.
2 days, in and out. It's not ouch time yet. You just got the Dramamine pill and out.
Dramamine? Then it's not that bad. Neither surgical nor organ damage.
Yes. The joke wasn't funny anymore. I took it off.
The close proximity of death must...
Sunrise Parabellum. Sunrise, prepare for war. It's an old revolutionary saying.
Isn't that written on your...
It served you well. The gates of the harbor are boarded up. The streets are a little more empty. Apocalyptic violence is yet to erupt. I think we may have held it off, for now. Barely. Yes, we have also completely failed, but that's okay.
What?
I honestly don't know. Do you? Because we can't talk to Evrart. The harbor is in lockdown. Everyone in there is outside our grasp now. Yes, she left yesterday morning. To meet the board of Wild Pines, or that is what I've heard. There's a pin somewhere in the machine that keeps Connell from sending in a death squad. Maybe it's her. Maybe she kept her hand. Either way, Ruby's gone, and Classio too. We really should have arrested her, you know? I don't know. I think the theory you presented, it's someone else outside our circle of suspects, was right. It better be. Everyone within the circle is either dead or gone. Honestly, I think our investigation has not produced a single credible suspect. I don't know. That's been there for years. Yes, God cursed the footprints, not solving the case for us. Au diable. It's extremely easy. There are thousands lying around. We found one, all completely unusable. It's precisely how easy it is to find one that makes the bullet useless.
Couldn't be the distance.
We could find thousands more if we wanted. All of Revachol is full of them. What is? Something.
He arches his brow. The ceiling fan patiently spins overhead.
I'm listening. Don't be narcissistic. Have the cops in Revachol West.
That does make some...
What? Every piece of garbage in the city is not connected to the case. You don't have to keep everything. I'm ready to hear what you think about solving crimes now.
Right.
It really is very...
That concussion must be making him dizzy.
No. Are you ready to limp? Good. Where do you want to limp to?
A gust of wind blows in from the bay. The duraluminum box around you vibrates.
Why not?
Lasty.
Another look at the window, perhaps? The one he was shot through. I don't know. I can't think of anything better.
Yeah, man. Everything looks new.
These papers bear the...
I had Garth open the door to your room. You were running a low bacterial fever the first night. It would have been easy were it not for my concussion. We both...
You see the same two neon-lit shapes.
This is ballistics. She's left a trajectory for us.
A ray of backward motion explodes from his mouth. It suggests the bullet came from the extreme upper quadrant of the island in the bay.
She was there that night. She would have known pretty...
She had a long time to think about it after, standing on that roof.
It also looks like there may be more to her skill set than we know. The question is, should we trust her? I find that hard to believe, but at this point, what difference? Unless she thinks the perpetrator was standing on the ring antenna. That is where the threat seems to point. So it is.
For a second he seems tired. He is trying to justify the lead is flimsy. You might as well go around Martinet. He sees danger. Another trap, perhaps. He must be cautious for a reason. This man has decades of experience.
Not a lot, no. No, I just don't want to walk into another embarrassment.
It's not something he's proud of, but that's the way it is.
I understand.
He will. He has it in him.
Okay, let's go to the fucking island. How do we get there? Joyce Messier had a sloop, but she's gone. Ah, yes, of course.
A red thread run. Next to the stack of bills, you see a note. I'm sorry, I fucked everyone over. P.S. I didn't kill him. P.P.S. Gift upstairs.
Oh, okay.
A gift. It's hardly surprising.
You look at her rough, jagged handwriting on the note. She was in a rush, but...
Right, I didn't notice that.
The medicine cabinet, pity.
Of course you were. Amphetamine.
Be honest, he's not grilling you. He just wants to know. Ask if he's ever wanted to take it too.
Maybe I should.
It's not insincere. The beating he took must be more...
Doesn't the pupils and the gurning jaw, the sweating, doesn't it become tiring after a while? Right, I'll give it some thought. Should we go?
Oh, you're up. It's good to see you back on your feet. Did you like your room? I cleaned it for you. You're welcome. I thought it would be nice for you to wake up in a clean place after you... I give credit where credit is due, and that, sir, was a nice shot. I was watching until you hit him. Crawled inside then. Bullet.
He really wants you to realize that he was also on the balcony looking by. In the day.
I wish you a quick recovery. Another thing. Great. I love those. Why? No, fuck it.
He really doesn't like it being classier.
What's that supposed to mean? Fuck you, buddy.
Wow.
Now, was there anything else? I have like 4,000... Oh, okay.
He's really real. It takes a lot of will.
Okay, what is back there? Ha! I knew it. I knew it. Were there any back there? In working order, I mean. No, I was just wondering.
He was wondering about something business related. About how much money he could make of one.
No, but we could diversify the entertainment options, seeing as you've opened... It wouldn't hurt to get a little life in here, other than the hellish...
Yeah, those numbers he's adding up.
What wall? I'll have it fixed at once. Thank you for letting me know.
The color has drained. What a shame to fix such a good peephole.
Absolutely not.
Well, he's definitely not lying.
Sir, he was only asking a question. It's his job.
Yes, I absolutely will. Sorry, it's been a bit of a day. And now thank you. I'll patch it up personally. Yes? Oh, you know, people don't tend to stick around after shootouts. Ah, them. Nice people. But I'm glad she got out of here before all that. Yes, you know, and I went outside and took care of it. Everybody...
He's almost completely forgotten what this began with.
I don't remember everyone who comes here. And many people wear sunglasses and... Yeah, I was, yeah.
It really took courage. Don't pick at him. He nods back at just 2, make that 3. The lieutenant is nodding 2, hands crossed.
Okay, we're done.
No problem.
Seeing you approach.
Crazy motherfucker. Didn't think that was one hell of a shot. Hell of a shot. The fuck. I guess what I'm trying to say here is thank you for
His hand is covered in bruises, and this is big. It's as big of a thank you as Titus Hardy can muster under any circumstances.
Take care.
The graffito has been painted over the traces. This was Cindy the Scar. The lieutenant crouches.
Looks like it. Yes. And blood.
Heavy fuel oil. Isn't that? The fuel oil catches fire immediately with a low hiss. A bright orange flash across the surface of the lettering. The falling snow turns to vapor above the burning message. Mingling with the lieutenant has taken a small step back.
Let's go to that island.
Slowly, the flames subside.
Nice. Is that guy?
Officer, actually, never mind. Wouldn't be the same. It's too late now, officer. The prick survived all the bullets, swords, and explosion just to die. Keep it. It's not even a real bull. Besides, the prick is gone.
He is trying to retain his jolly facade, but the underlying sadness casts a...
Yes. In peace. Everything, really. I probably knew him better than... You meant the teacup in the tree.
Okay.
Officer Harry, what happened?
She sounds almost disappointed with you, reprimanding you for falling and hurting your knee.
Is this from the shooting in town? We heard gunshots. Not that we don't hear guns.
There was an exchange of fire on Rue de Saint-Guilhem.
You didn't only get shot.
Well, good for you. Of course. That won't be a problem. It's wind still and the tar just dried. We've got 2 days of relative sunshine ahead.
Hasn't been there herself. Who has then?
My husband used to drink there. Him and his drinking buddies.
This must be one of the many fortifications.
The kids sometimes go there too. I know they do, on rafts. I tell them not. The twins. God forbid they bring the girl along on some rickety barge.
Can we maybe ask your twins about that place?
Be my guest. They've a strange way of talking. Well, most of it's sunken. Underwater.
Aye, aye, Captain.
If you promise to bring it back, and no scraping the hull, I just got it nice and yellow, and no drinking on the boat.
Of course, ma'am. It's on...
Aye.
The crow's feet disappear from the corners of her eyes.
Please be conservative with the fuel, will you?
The scruffy-haired little boy kicks a stone.
Lily, on that island. That's, nothing. It's just a seaford and we make a fire. We make a... Gather the sticks for the fire.
Bullet shells. There are a lot of them left over from the war.
I don't know what they are. They're lights. The fire guy comes and asks...
Your nerve endings sting from the mention of a guy.
No. Yes.
Let's go with yes.
Because he asks to put the fire out. I don't know. He doesn't like it. Yes.
Because he doesn't want to be found. A suspicious request made out of fear.
I don't know.
Did you mean there are electrical lights?
Yes. No, he doesn't live there. No, he lives there. Been there twice, 2 times. He doesn't live there. He isn't there sometimes.
Anything else?
I don't know. We ran. He just yelled we shouldn't be there. Our father killed him. Don't say that, he didn't. I don't know. Doesn't even have anything to do with this, you.
The 2 things are unconnected. Your question didn't make sense.
Lights, fire guy. We should check up on that island.
A skiff with the boat's belly is a shine. Have you made all the necessary preparation?
Right.
Remember what the net picker said. It's a small tank.
What? Fine. Let's blast SAD FM then.
SAD FM is a radio station specializing in sad, slow rock songs. You seem...
Bye.
Want to be free. Want to be free. It will last forever. Want to be
What is this, the church? There's a lot of stuff here.
The boat comes to a slow stop. The lieutenant turns the engine off in the silence. A sputter of wings. There is very little wind here today. The ghost is standing still. Let's go. chain trails off into the ocean, connecting the island to the supply depot on the coast.
Ah, yes, so it seems. For bringing munitions to the island, maybe?
As a defensive measure, lock it off that side of the bay.
Technically, no, it doesn't.
He's right.
From enemies. Enemies of the commune of Revachol. This sea fort was a revolutionary.
The dry grass crackles under your feet as you stop. The flock of quail departs. On the islet, there is almost no wind, like a silent orc of great importance to the few who attend.
Yes?
This is where a lesser man would stop to...
I have. Is that why we're stopping?
The lieutenant nods in silence. Air flows out of a pillbox window, a low hum. The faraway roar of the city, a silent hiss, a jitter, a sound impatient to happen, but not. An old cylindrical generator. The lieutenant puts his hand on.
It's cold now, but someone has been maintaining it. The wiring has been repaired.
The lieutenant assists you, holding the canister up to the fuel tank. There's a red starter switch on the side. The recoil start wakes the old generator up. The machine sputters like an old...
That should do it. Downstairs, somewhere?
The tank is far from full, but there should be enough inside. There's a greasy old spring mattress in the corner.
Someone has been squatting here. The linen is fresh, recently washed.
You force the rest of the sentence out through pain.
You know, officer, you can rest here if you are feeling tired. I will keep watch. You could use some rest for what's ahead. Yes, anytime.
You don't have... Books and magazines. Most are soft covers, popular depictions of man versus nature, among what is mostly commercial fiction and serialized stories.
Someone's made themselves a home.
Oh yes, under the bed, there is a rather extensive collection of critical theory, that is, dour, life non-affirming left-wing literature, published by small imprints such as Abattoir Firm and Ouzia. It's not exactly like reading.
Ouzia. Humanitarian sciences. Stands out. Not a lot of critical theory around in Revachol West anymore.
Wasn't there some in the communist students' room?
Right.
Well, yes.
The little books seem inconsequential next to the big pile of frivolous entertainment.
Whoever has lived here, they have some education.
You see a small metal door nested.
Another part of the island, probably. Maybe this is one of the doors we don't open?
He's right. It would be better to open its big brother. A powerful engine hangs under the ceiling. It must control the blast door.
I think there's a console just southeast. Let's look around. Getting the blast door open seems like the best plan.
Green paint flecks off the monoblock aluminium.
The console of an antique... I think, yes. Let's see. That one. The emergency open.
The lighting in the room turns on with a sizzle, a dim ambient orange. The dial slides under the glass. Dark, the blast door opens with a series of clicks. A shaft of light appears, then widens as the light shines in.
Huge one right there.
sudden wave of anxiety. No, it's more than that.
After you. I don't know.
A thin wisp of smoke. There's a rain-soaked mattress on a concrete slab, only half covered.
B triple prime. This looks like a good place to shoot from.
A single-person mattress, modern, civilian use. Brand name, Marjorie. There's a few and an empty can of beans on the ground next to it. The silhouette of a tobacco picker adorns the paper filter. The contemporary Rivisholians prefer Druan, a local blend from the southern islands, or...
I may have been wrong when I said it wasn't important. This means the same person could have visited both locations. I didn't see any signs of smoking inside, though. If people live there, they keep it tidy.
There's a firing slit in the wall in front of you, like a little window. Quite old and grimy, from years without clean. The springs screech as you lean on the mattress and crane your neck to look out. A small piece of Martinez coastline opens up in the square in front of you, like a tiny landscape painting, 1 kilometer across the water. A towering skyscraper, its top floors shaved off by artillery fire. The red chimney and collapsed back of the 4-story tenement in front of the whirling in rags, Rue de Saint-Ghislain. The box-shaped silhouette of the whirling in rags. You see a small fleck of white on the rooftop, the upstairs window of Clausia's room, in the snow, reflecting light.
We found it.
Do you have a line of sight to the window?
More than that. Whenever you wanted, like your own little dollhouse.
A pair of binoculars or a scope of a rifle? You'd be prone, lying on a mattress, barrel resting on the embrasure.
Cheek against the cheek rest, hand on the hair trigger, on a calm day like this.
Good. I think we have it, Detective. The origin of the shot. This is the sniper's nest.
Affirmative.
It's only moderately effective cop work until we have... Where?
He does not answer. He feels...
We should move now.
The greasy old...
The offer still stands.
The bed is quite inviting, all things considered. You face the concrete wall. There's less light there. In the dark, you didn't realize how tired you were. Your body is still... The blanket feels cold. You feel yourself standing up in the darkness, right next to the mattress. Slowly, the sleep.
Is it a good idea?
Day, the innocence of humanism, internationalism, and the welfare state. Okay, don't say you need to talk right away. Melt the ice first. But you don't even want to talk to her. Let her go. This is the holy queen of the territories of Muindi. Win her back. How does that fit in here? And what is the holy suzerain doing here anyway?
No, Harry. No. I don't want a massive, epic showdown. I want to go to the aerodrome. I have tickets for the 10:20 flight tomorrow. We don't have anything to talk about anymore. Every combination of words has been played out. It's all gone. I have to go to the aerodrome. I have to leave Revachol and you.
Oh God, whatever you do, don't try to kiss her yet. Not after that. You're still reeling. You'll fall over if you try now.
I don't want it. It looks expensive. I don't want it. That's not what figurines do, Harry.
She looks at the headless fowl. The figurines don't do anything. Yes, a form of communication will work. Yes, it was a good idea.
I didn't ask for things. It's too late to give me anything. I would have liked the headless fallen rider back then. It's not. But I don't know why I said but. There is no but. That's it, yes. We've talked about it a million times. You will get over it, just like I did. People do. Things will get good for you again. See? It just takes some time. For you, I think it'll take something like 20 years maybe, but I can't.
It's not. It's just not possible. It's like eating rocks. You just can't do it.
Yes. But that time is gone now. Yes. It only took me 1 year, maybe 2. Phew. No, Harry. We already tried again.
Is that how it is now? We should just try all good things twice, and then not you too.
Yeah.
I don't know. Please. Harry, we can't be together because you're insane.
Insane?
They're turning moist now. Her eyes. She slowly shakes her head and tries to get a hold of herself.
You know what I mean. A cop. You've worked there for so long you can't even talk like a normal person anymore.
Questions? Did someone say questions?
This is another one, isn't it? We're in a tree right now.
In descending order, usually.
It's not just the lists or trees or whatever. You get sad, Harry. Other people get sad too, but not like you. In conclusion, you're ill. You're an old, insane man. And you have to be in hell until the end of your life. And I have to go to Morova. I don't know what you mean. Dolores Day. No, Harry. Not married. We were engaged then, living in a little house on the outskirts of...
It opens up in front of you with cracked asphalt and maple leaf.
Voyager Road 21A. It was so long ago. It was a million years, but it is gone now. Nothing came of it. No children. Nothing built. We live in the coldest of all possible worlds, Harry. Orbiting the most distant star. It is agony. I really, really, really have to go there. No human being, I have to go there even more than I used to love you. And that's saying something. It doesn't look like it did, Harry. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have wrote you any letters. Yes, Harry, I am. Things have gotten much better for me, now that I am the ruler of the known world.
A tiny golden watch with red straps around her bony little wrists. With your feet trembling from the steps you took, tepid and fearful, you stand against her, her body close to you, radiating warmth. With your eyes closed, she is not kissing you back. This was not about failure. Her chest rising like a pillow, warm exhalations against this feels like the world's most precious material, reserved for those she lets close enough to the delicate wreath on her forehead, pressing. Her hand does not return the distrust. Nothing, just pillows against you, unresponsive, but the moment is ending. She is going to move her face away from yours. Trying hard not to look at you. When she withdrew and you held, brother, you should put me in front of a firing squad. I have no words for how I failed you. She breathes out heavily, as if something painful has passed through her, and shakes her head.
Useless dude.
She shakes her head one more time. The evening wind rustles her hair, blowing old...
Why did you do that to yourself? You know I don't cheat. No, Harry. Not yet. There is one... I'm pregnant. Of course not. I terminated yours. Don't you remember? Now, go ahead. Ask me more questions.
No, this has more questions. Ask more.
I have to, Harry. Really, I've already met...
I was wrong. You don't have power over her anymore. You shouldn't have said that. I am wrong about everything. You should go on without me.
That was someone else. I betrayed her, overwrote her, and am happier for it. I won't see you, but you... Oh, Harry. This is a dream. Can't you see? I'm already right here, tomorrow night. I'm suffocatingly beautiful and young, and I smell of tutti-frutti chewing gum, like I did that time when I asked you. Oh yes, this is real darkness. See you tomorrow.
Oh, you left. You've been dreaming. And this is tough, dude.
You're up quick. How was your sleep? Okay.
Alright.
An old man wearing tracksuit trousers leans on the frame stock of his rifle. He gathers a big ball, then spits it out into the extinguished fire before unclouded by cataracts. His eyesight is sharp.
The what now? I can't. I may have. What?
The position. Sound.
Fire guy. Regressive bourgeoisie henchman. Can't even talk like a grown-up. It's not nice. It's a piece of shit. It's a Triangong 446.
Southeast Samaran made. Exotic. Must be defunct too. No modern rifle.
A Samaran rifle. How did you get hold of one?
It was sent to us by our brothers in the Sinyao commune.
It has stayed true to him. He can still make it sing.
Yes, I bet you've killed a... Have you come to me?
His right eye twitches.
We have come to ask you questions. Nothing more. If you do not comply, we will take you...
The danger levels here are hard to read. One moment he's a fire, the next, a fire gone out.
I did. And reactionary rock and roll music.
Right.
Playing on the wall.
Told you we shouldn't play sad FM.
Right.
The fascists were right about rock and roll. It is my eyesight.
A shudder of disgust.
You heard me. It's good now. Like chalk wiped from the board. Fucking clown.
I should have known they'd send the fucking clown. That was not the right move. The old man leans on the frame stock of his rifle, looking up at you.
Fucking.
I should have known that. The old man leans on. The lieutenant pulls his pistol from the holster.
You are a glorified night watchman.
His elbows rest on the frame stock, calmly for now. But he may still get it in his hands. You don't see a magazine in the... Yell at him now. Loud.
Yeah, harder.
You're right.
It's... Oh, wait. Yes. The words, I am an enemy commander.
And what rank would that be, dog? A big wheel of the force. It's out of bullets.
Like an amputated limb in the sand. His gaze follows your motions. The rifle still warm from his parched hands. Not the metal, the rifle's in a shabby state. Like on the butt, you see Vespertine writing, burned.
No one said it has to be a Belmagrave. We were just guessing.
From ballistics, it could easily...
It doesn't matter if it was made in Shanty Shanty. All it has to do is use jacketed ammunition. And it does. The right type and the right calibre. I wonder how old it is.
The old man does not answer. He, the old man, keeps following your motion with his gaze. Some kind of involuntary response. This looked very much like the murder weapon. It can be used against him to get a confession.
My name is Josef Lilianovich Dross. I am a deserter, a partisan, and a prisoner of war. This is my
There, behind them, across the delta.
The commune of Revachol? Do you mean the ICM? Your holdover?
From the Insular Indian Citizens Militia, the army of the rebel. I left my unit on the eve of the landing. When I returned here on May 4th.
51 minus 8 equals 43.
No. I've been on other islands too. I was in Resurrection until they turned it into a spa in 18. Then I was just 16 years old. 15 when I volunteered. You could say I misunderstood the historic role of the proletariat. A second for reaction to take hold. It's the same.
And this was when?
He is still not convinced of his safety. You should not be either.
May the 13th, 08, 44 years ago. The horizon was black with coalition airships. Their petroleum rose to the combine, huddled on the floor.
A terrible shame, still within him. The lobes of his ears are...
No. I climbed the chain link airships. They'd all drowned in the lower level.
Some kind of great terror. Worse than...
The mask of humanity. And then you see it. That the bourgeois are not human.
Now is not the time, Lieutenant.
I had to fight it. It's not an island. What? The congenitally deformed King Philip coalition military called Death Blow. You're one of them. Tell me, who speaks like that? We had 50 million people. You don't know. You haven't seen.
He nods.
43 years and 10 months. It's too long.
He nods. But he can't.
What have you been doing?
Hiding, fishing.
Where the afternoon grows late, 2 police officers step out of the word. Patrol officer Judith Minnow points west. The officers go, leaving behind.
Always waiting. For hurt.
Her who?
Girl child. Revolution. I am not a fool. I'm the historic opportunity for a...
What has he done? Perhaps a confession would...
Yes, what?
There is no flame to fan. How does anyone survive? Supplies, vegetables. I collect rainwater. It's the life of a dog, not a human.
How is your health?
I've been throwing up blood since winter.
He does seem frail. Gaunt for his age. More like 75 than 65.
The RCM can provide medical services.
I need to die. You don't have medical facilities?
You also have Druamine.
I have been running out of that stuff.
There's no way he could manage the pain without them. It's safe to say he is addicted to painkillers by now.
There's nothing to look over. The triage is in, and it's black. Administer morphine. Moribund. I have holes in my brain. I don't even know what. Inferno?
I would imagine it gets tremendous.
Traitors. It's disgusting. It was hard in the Thames. I didn't have partisan training. They were searching for stragglers.
There were posters.
We communards still hoped, and they needed to snuff that hope out. And others too. Some at night. I used a dinghy. I only went after dark.
In the city, you move on.
From bunker to bunker. Not anymore. No one cares now. I don't even have... So you finally found it. There must have been a small squadron's worth of arms in there. Elmer Graves, right? I know.
So you've been...
Sleeping. Some nights. Amos.
You feel the dots connecting.
Yeah.
Little dots on the map. Wait, how did he get down there?
I didn't have to.
Storm drain?
There used to be a system that connected the bunkers, tunnels and such, under the church and everywhere. I don't want to. They're all traitors. Pigs, rabbits, and the propaganda bunker.
Propaganda.
They stored leaflets there. Broadcasting equipment, too. A lot of our boys did. I spent some winters there. I do. They're good. Plenty of tar. I like that boy on the pack.
The old man looks across the water at the city, the ruins, the...
You're with the RCM. The coalition-appointed mob that enforces bourgeois morals in Revachol. A so-called Lieutenant W. Freighter. You're the RCM. You represent the Moralist International. The enemies that take me to them as a prisoner of war. I have relinquished my weapon. I can no longer serve.
A spray of blood from his mouth on the black charcoal in the fire pit.
No, I am not a soldier. I am an ideal trained in historical materialism, then assigned as a
He nods slowly, then another tremor.
No, you're not. You're part of the meat shield. The human shield that surrounds the fascists.
Detective, we have not come here to discuss ideology. We have come to ask questions.
The old man spits into the fire, the expression on his face. There's definitely something off with his body. Something more.
There's nothing serious in this world. I've used it for...
Here we go.
Killing people.
It's a gun. That's what they're for. I've used it.
Interesting. During or after?
There is no after the war.
So he's continued killing after hostility. This is it. You can feel it, like battery acid on the tip of your tongue. Something you haven't felt it. This is what you... The great serotonin. The solution. Go in straight. No euphemisms. No. Be careful now. Slow and... Don't mess this up. Remember, he wants to tell you. Get personal.
What did I just say?
What did I just tell you? Don't drop the ball now. Nothing comes to you, and in them a chill, like electricity running up your...
Oh, he's not.
Detective.
I don't want to...
And why did you think that was a good idea? Don't listen to me. I'm wrong.
The who now?
He heard you. He just wants to hear you say it again. This is dramatic flair on his part. Right choice. We're in. Do it, sire.
Oh, yes. That one.
Did you kill him?
I am a son of a welder and an officer of the commune of
A drop of blood. Tear into him. Pile it on him. The gun. The scent of blood in the air. But what? Something about the tracks. Suddenly, all those tracks are so confusing. Go with something else first.
I saw you poking around there, looking for evidence.
You had direct visibility. There are embrasures in the concrete, specifically meant for a top follower to use. And you had a long-range rifle. You've been here a long time, Mr. Dras. Too long.
I'm ready to die.
He's practically admitting to it. Just one thing. The rifle does not have a scope.
Forget about your stupid fucking scope.
He lost it. He just doesn't know where it is. Forget it. Push on.
Because it's a sniper's nest, you stupid fuck.
Almost. He almost burst out there. Keep piling arguments. Anything. Wait, here it comes. The goddamn Maybells. There were Maybells in the grass when you got here. Nowhere else. Wait, don't forget the footprints. The diagonal. You got it. Remember, maybe don't beat yourself anymore, though. You're not immortal.
Everything is brands with you individualists. Look.
Show me the souls, please.
Fucking imbecile.
The maker is Sensorique. These are not the unusual horizontal pattern souls you saw in the dust on the floor of the hidden room.
The size fits, but not the soul.
Size.
Sire, he doesn't have to be wearing them right now.
Racking those brains, are you? Desperate to report something back to your...
The lieutenant gives you a quick sideways glance. The prints were his. You can see it in those eyes. He can't keep them from flickering. The old man stares at his own prints in the ash around the fire. Silent suddenly. Some strange More. He's gonna crack. But you need a little more.
Damn Maybells. The whole island is turning white with them. So many this year, too. The spring is coming. No, it's already here. Wash they blossom on the islets before...
South.
The coast, too. Before they...
You must get around a lot to stay undetected all these years. Do you know any...
I may. Classier.
He repeats the name with care. He knows her, but hadn't heard the name.
My ears don't reach the city. With the victim.
There is a small tremble. Looks like a smile. A crooked smile. Yet isn't quite volatile. Don't leave any loose ends. Get him on everything.
Communism. Oh, he's right.
Not a lot of guns around that use military-grade ammunition, are there?
It's a real gun. Not like you look like imbeciles. Why don't you ask them to give you real weapons?
Damn, he saw you. He's watched it. He would have a good view of the tribunal from here. It's not just empty boasting. So he saw you. Okay. So what? Don't let it divert you.
You know what? You're right. I'm convinced this made the shot. Should we call it?
Yeah, this is definitely the murder weapon.
Good. This feels good, doesn't it? Tearing things up like this. When you have the murder weapon, you have the killer.
Murder.
Like a marionette.
You know who he was. A coalition-trained murderer. Armored and armed. He wasn't human. The blunt end of a hammer. Dripping with blood. Beating us to the ground. Moaning with joy. You hounds get so thorough when a company-trained killer dies. I haven't seen you on this coast for 4. Got your attention. Now you stop beating druggies and prostitutes in your basement. Now you come to investigate. Not when they die by the 100. Oh, the inhumanity. One paramilitary less in Revachol.
The lieutenant raises his right arm. Hush. He does not need to be pushed anymore. The ball is rolling while the lieutenant listens, holding his breath.
I had them in my sights, both of them, him and the whore. I was breathing with them, in phase, and I pulled the trigger and flew on the air until I landed in his mouth.
Damn.
I didn't think I had a shot like that in me anymore. I did. I saw him kneel there with his mouth full of death, and that stupid look on his face. And his dick still in her.
There, a hot flash of rage almost carries the smile away.
Nothing. I went to sleep. Next morning there were Maybells everywhere. The world was white, or what's left of it anyway. My last spring here, and so they did.
Mr. Dross, are you aware you're confessing to murder?
Yes.
And you were looking at them, the victim and a young woman, having sex, through the scope of your rifle that night, before you shot him?
The old man.
Why?
Because that's what they were doing.
The motive. This is where you can coax it out of him. The lieutenant's...
I don't understand. Do you, detective? I don't understand this part.
I'm always looking.
Are you always looking through the scope of a rifle? I'm just trying to understand.
Why would you do that?
A rifle scope has the best magnification.
Helps him see all the shit.
And if you don't like it?
Click.
Then you pull the trigger?
Yes. Think of it as a form of critique.
You got him going. Connect every little piece now. Start with when he first saw him. It will give him a chance to ramble.
3 weeks ago, when the rich hag came in on her galley. Her honor guard came in tow. Wrinkled up whore. Yes, old fat. They moved into a deserted apartment above the roundabout. Radio equipment out for all to see. Reactionary radio playing, sloppy and drunk. I've seen their kind during the landing. Those Occidental and Mesk phalangs weren't hurting the strike breakers like that. I kept an eye on them. Them fucking. I didn't like that. Jealousy is a reactionary concept. I didn't like the Reaver enjoying him, and I wanted to see his head explode. That too. She should know better than to hold a child murderer between her thighs. That's all it takes for the bullet to reach his head. Now that I think of it, I wasn't aiming for his mouth. I wanted his brain.
Her body sweating from the drugs, slick from cerebral hemorrhage. This man has seen past her, like you did, and now he longs to see her covered in blood, to punish her.
Since she came to Martinez, I saw her sneaking in the reeds early in the morning, behind the Fell building.
Past the Fell building on the coast?
Hiding something in the water. She had a fag after she'd done it. I was up in the ruins there. She couldn't see me, but I could see her.
And beautiful.
Her passport and tickets to Villiers.
In the free state of Seminine, hidden away at the edge of the earth, near the Pale.
After she was gone.
Did you keep what was in it? When we found the submersible, it was...
No. Why would I do that? I didn't need tickets to Villiers.
A little inconsistency. He was surprised to hear her name Clausia before. Would he not have seen it on the documents?
It didn't say Clausia in there. Why would I need that trash? I'm not...
There it is again. The strange neurological state he's sometimes in.
It was something. I don't remember. It was dark that morning. I only remember her face on the photo. I did. She had a face like an archipelago, with those birthmarks. And I could see who she was, too. A spook. On the run. Revachol's the cloaca of capital now.
You could tell she was a spook? From the document?
She had different color hair on the photo. And glasses. Forged.
He's setting it up, the bruises. You can't make that out in a scope.
Right.
You can't see bruises through a scope. It's just a blur. Since she came to Martinez, I saw her sneaking in the reeds early in the morning.
Past the Fell building.
Hiding something.
And beautiful.
That.
How could you see what she...
The sun came. Her pal.
In the free...
Did you keep?
No.
A little inconsistency.
I did. I could...
You could tell.
He's the bruises.
You can't see bruises through a scope. It's just a blur. She practically breastfed that man. You wouldn't believe the things she let him do to her. You're delusional. There's nothing to see in the soul of the bourgeois woman. It's the same as the surface. The world is insane. There's...
The coals of his eyes glistens.
Man needs to feel something else. In this fight, it helps it. Yes. Over the years. No. I don't really know. I was there one night and she was crying. The day after I killed him. Yes. I don't know why I do the things.
It's as if something put the thought there to leave the flowers.
Maybe. I told you. I have holes in my brain now.
A sudden pang.
If you came 10 years ago.
In the silence. The loot. One more down.
Right.
It quickly comes to you.
Oh, yes. Cutting those drugs of hers into little lines with a knife. Masturbating.
Everything in him fills with impossible longing.
Did you make that hole?
With a clip-point knife.
Good for listening in, too. For hearing the moaning and the snorts.
Like that, too. Yes. Bending like a bow against the glass. I've been through all of Martinez. Yes, that too. The things they did in that little room. what she'd do to feel good. You turn it on inside, and it gets so dark out, you can't see a man looking in. I learned that in the 20s, when they were still hunting me. I've seen people do some shit.
You hear the familiar scribble. One more loose end down.
How did you get in there?
I can just walk in there now after a good wash. I told you, they think I'm an antisocial. Closing hours.
You had to open the steel door in the...
I got that open a long time ago. Some bourgeois game merchant lived there. I don't know, 15 years ago. He left spare keys all over, and I took one. Then I saw her turn the light on one night in my scope.
One more thing. The flowers, Mr.
What about them? I did. I shouldn't have. I was there one night, and she was crying. The day after I killed... Yes?
It's as if something put the thought there to leave the flowers.
What do you mean, put? Maybe I told you.
A sudden...
If you came...
In the silent. One more down.
Her.
You hear a low-frequency hiss, barely. Beneath, the lieutenant nods at you. That's it. Motive.
Where is she? That Clasier. I haven't seen her there for days. Gone. I knew it. She kept staring into the scope this last week at the island. She'd look at night, crying or smoking on the roof, staring right in.
Midtown, across the Bay of Revachol, the oceanic wind washes 40-story towers. Above them, Lausanne Central Aerodrome. On the platform, a young woman is withdrawing from amphetamines, barbiturates, and alcohol. Smaller, distant, hidden, not like the great. There, on a dilapidated jetty, in a nameless village, 2 police officers and 1 special consultant look across a narrow... He's there, doing what exactly? Special Consultant Heidelstein is optimistic. As the men go, Patrol Officer Minnow looks back.
We could get more. We've got him talking.
Who knows what he's seen and done, but you could get more out of him. Enough. Take him in. Bend his arms behind his back and end this.
A tragic comedy.
A strange little engine seems to detest, pushes the cobwebs out of his eyes.
Specifically, the whole city is a charnel house. Because of the racists, everyone is a pump full of steroids and radio Revachol. Yes, the fly larva in his container. He let some nihilistic advertising yuppies erect a statue of, not since the serfs of ancient intense, like animals, like those boom morons on the ice. A pity they didn't drown in that tent of theirs. The worst of them is the blood-drenched Sucrion on her yacht, licking her lips. The old whore's gone now. The worst is that old cop parading around in his uniform, throwing balls all day. It's not enough. Every morning he's there, while the parasites he fought to protect are off in Ozon, or Quayamoran, or some other island. That's all the rich really want. Sex with their own children. Throughout history, even the royal bloodline. We did good when we pushed him under that horse car. If only, in the 30s, those...
The disco whores are too much. What was that about? And the Sucrian? On her boom morons on thin ice. Ask about that cock on parade too. Make sure you get everything here.
Every fucking morning for 34 years. Royalist ghouls played like it was life itself. I remember him, that one.
There doesn't seem to be a single person under the pine today. Not even Gaston. Alone.
Fat and plump, like a pheasant. Just...
He whispers with such predatory hunger. It borders on longing.
Calm down. I'm not angry. I adore him. He reminds me of everything we fought for. At least we killed that Fictional and his kingsman.
Another hideous disappointment. Unions are the real enemy. That deformed toad, I wouldn't expect him to wipe his own ass.
Edgar. He's been sweet-talked by this Edgar. They must have met in person for such animosity to a
You can't live alone.
The Clares wouldn't miss a man hidden in their own backyard. Not all this time. Nothing happened.
Of course. Don't go straight for the kill. Exhaust everything else first. Soften him up.
I haven't approached anyone. I hid. It was that.
How did he know you were?
He didn't just stumble in like an oaf. He figured it out. Some kids told him about a monster on the island. Stepped right off the boat and walked down where you came. I even kept the door. I was right about one of those things. 20 years ago. Neither of them could walk now.
That's around the time the Clares came to power.
Edgar did the talking. Paid his respects like I were a fossil in a uniform. Offered platitudes about the struggle. Never trust a social... Let me be here. The ZOC is an unlawful successor of the Commune of Revachol. You know why I killed that fucker, Dwat. As to Edgar...
Again? What have you...
Tried teaching him some Marzovian socioeconomic.
There is more here. You can feel it. He was not outright lying, but almost. The connection comes to you like a splash of cold water. He acknowledges it.
That bourgeois cow, Tiffin Holly was her name. And money. She liked that too. That Holly was a real bridge builder and a deal maker.
Bordering on sentimentality, it drips out of him. Tempered by something from...
Called in, they say. On the eve of battle. Ran away.
No, that's not quite it.
Did she? They say her daughter called in, not her personally.
No, I guess it was not. She couldn't make the call herself.
Here it is. The bend in the... But truth.
Because she was dead. Because the cow caught a bullet in her right lung. Fell into the canal, grasping her tit and drowned. Or bled. She was going home, waddling, dressed in yellow, heading home to Grand Couronne or Betancourt, someplace like that, where they build those new bâtiments for the people who flourish in the hell around her. It was someone shot her. Or maybe she just fell. I get these violent ideations. My memory is filled with holes.
Another big spike of rage.
Nothing changed. Not in the material base.
Edgar didn't keep his part of the deal. If you were to testify to this, give the RCM something on Edgar, you could walk. We would strike everything you've done and process you as a POW. You were in a war. You were on assignment. We could even extradite you to the Samaran People's Republic.
A degenerate worker state. Goat shit. No, thank you. I'm Revacholian. My days are short. I will rot away here, in a
Come on, just a little. Threaten with pain. All human beings respect pain. It's the truth.
I haven't lived and fought for 40 years to end up as a collaborationist. I've heard it. Everyone is a blobber in this world. Everyone betrays everyone. They're all already locked up for betrayal. The best ones, the ones with heart, were slaughtered, trampled.
There is plenty here to work with once he's in custody, and the lieutenant knows it. He gives you a little nod to proceed.
Yes, steroids. What is my opinion? No. The rich man's looking at real estate and fiddling his kids, wading through the corpses. Old? An alcoholic? Fascist? You're obsessed with your own features. And he left you here, gesturing at your swollen face. Whores. Your beloved Joyce Messier. A Sucrion. I can't believe the inert lumpen out there.
If only he had the ammunition.
They were boom, boom, glad. It's all gone.
What strikes you about this gaunt man is not the stomach pain, or the cough, or the... Indeed, he speaks fluidly. His movements are rapid, if erratic. His voice, despite the cough, it's a mystery. This animation comes at a cost too. Erratic hand and also flashes of lust simmering in there. Not too common in people his age. You've seen demented people, but is it some kind of substance damage? Like he's addicted to something. Not only the painkillers he's clearly on. There is definitely something hormonal there.
No. I won't be stuffed full of...
You said you take painkillers.
I take them to cope with pain.
It's not a downer, rather...
Like some kind of decadent rock star. No, I'm not okay. I shit blood.
There it is again. Erratic hand. Could it be a symptom of overdosing on something? Something even you have not tried? Keep your eyes peeled. His lip curls.
Glad. It's all... I've used it.
Here we go.
Killing people.
It's a gun. I've used...
Interesting.
There is no...
So he's continued. This is it. You can, of course, for the kill, go in straight. No. Don't mess this up. Remember, he wants to tell you. Get personal.
What did I just say?
What did I just tell you? Don't drop the ball now.
Oh, yes.
Did you?
I...
A drop of blood in the tear intake. The gut, the scent. Something about the tracks. Suddenly, all those tracks are so confusing. Go with something else first.
You're lost, Dwight. You're lost. I ain't going.
Okay, we got it.
The old man's...
What? But you said I would be taken to the...
The wind picks up. The silence on the...
Your Wayfarer rights have been suspended. Information provided to the officers on the scene will be used against you by the prosecution. You will be given legal counsel within 1 week and must face court in 44 days. Do you?
But... No, I don't want to. I have to stay here.
He's sweating. Beat pupils are dilated too.
Your confirmation is not required, sir. Now on to the boat.
There it is again. To your north, as it has been, something completely different. It sounds like a boat.
Maybe there is room for 3 on the boat. What?
What are you talking about? Is the...
Your skin crawls.
heck is that?
A delicate tangle of arms and legs unfolds from the reeds, limb by limb.
What are you talking about? There's nothing.
The stick insect is over 3 meters tall. You feel your legs shaking under you and your gun hand rise instinctively.
See what exactly? A bug?
I can see it.
4 simple words, thank God. If you can see what that means, it's really there, spinning.
Be very, very careful.
Stands on long stilt-like legs, antennae hanging. The segmented antennae move with that. Take long, deep breaths. Reed-like tufts stick out of its joints. As the hiss is different from the strings you heard before, it says something else in a lower pitch.
I have absolutely no idea.
You glance over your shoulder. The lieutenant holds a peep. No, the flash will scare the creature off. Warn him now.
We need a photo. No one will believe us.
From the corner of your eye, you see a sudden cascade of motion ripple through the insect. I am not palatable. Do not eat me. I am afraid.
I won't be one of those fools who didn't take a picture.
He's letting his pride get in the way. You see the insect turn to him. Its mandible antennae reaching out. Its motions are quick, sudden.
Shh. Okay.
The spindly mechanism turns itself back to you. Its antennae taking their measure of the air, slowly. Nothing changes in the cyclical brain motion of the creature's limbs. Its insect mind is impenetrable to your reasoning.
Oh yeah.
You barely get to take one step. The invertebrate reacts with uncanny speed, skating away across the water. It's gone. It's blending into the tufts of reeds in the distance, moving from Islam.
Where? Where did it go?
You never had a chance. There was something off the moment you approached it. It was scared of you, of humans.
Looks like it doesn't like to stay out in the open for long.
He shakes his head in silence, an expression.
It's just a blur. It appears the insect can walk on water, like a water strider, you know? A stick insect of some sort, pretending to be the reeds. Someone must have known about it, though. Maybe.
What now?
Our suspect's not looking so good. We should check him over. It looks like it has some kind of nest there.
In the reeds, where the phasmid was hiding, you...
Yeah? Ooh, that's the helmet. Got a rifle.
Brother, you've managed to collect all the armor pieces. Too bad it's too late for the big showdown. Future use for a future. This passport.
Classia's hidden documents. From the MT boy.
It's Clausia. with short black hair and glasses.
Maybe our man, Mr. Dross, took it from Classius, or whatever her name was. Hiding place, or... Like a magpie? I can see how the helmet could wash up on the island. And the scope. Maybe Mr. Dross, she said it would be for Anouk Meyer-Smith. I don't know who Katarzyna Alasia is, but it's safe to say it's not her either. I don't know. But it's not Katarzyna Alasia. Perhaps it's better that we didn't arrest her. Who knows what hell she'd be raising in my district by now.
The winds are silent.
What is it? What do you want?
Something is very wrong with him now.
See?
Mr. Dross?
The man does not respond. Like an addict of some terrible substance. A light shiver passes him.
He's going into some kind of psychomotor immobility. The good news is, this solves our transport.
The trembling mouth.
Between this and the broken tire he's used for a boat, I think it's safe to leave him here, while we go and get help. It will need to be medical first, I'm afraid. Old age and shock. Yes, the arrest and the appearance of the Phasmid.
Quite a few things about that health check you did on him make sense now.
He was energetic and articulate. It does not seem to be animated now. I mean, why not? It's 3 meters tall. Like a drug?
Yeah.
His pupils appear to be dilated. They still are. You mean pheromonal? The scope, knowing of her bruises, his disposition toward Miss Orania? I see what you mean. He did seem distressed when it finally... I have absolutely forgotten to take notes. I hope I remember all of this.
He will have to be very convincing and very sober to make them believe. He stares into the reeds. Your words don't stir anything. The plastic cape flaps around his face. In a gust, the blacks of his eyes are receding. The strength has all gone out of him. Just he stares into the reeds. Your words don't stir any...
I lost...
He turns his eyes to the...
He lost the scope. Then it somehow made its way over. This site is a T9, Mr. Dross.
Silence. Not even. No reaction. This is an old...
Did you take this passport and other...
There.
He hears us.
No reply.
Try something else?
Nothing. The last embers have gone.
If Kuno kicked it into the sea, as he said he did, the ebb would put it back here. This makes sense. Mr. Dross could have picked it up. Or the Phasmid even. If it did, this is incredible.
The plastic cape flaps the blacks of his... The strength as...
We should think about getting back to the mainland. To get help. He'll be safe here. If we don't take to...
Okay. Let's go.
ICM? This feels familiar somehow.
No. And...
With its horns in the sky. The symbol of the...
Insulindian Citizens Militia.
Sounds an awful lot like...
It does. The RCM made this... It's impossible to say. It was chaos. No, that's the...
A DeLorean heiress.
After one of these barrels...
The skiff is...
Let's. We are done here.
The skiff rocks gently under your weight, but for the sound of conversation on the water. 2 men and a woman stand on the concrete. You reach the jetty and climb out of the skiff.
Look what the tide brought him. I want to call you a teapot, but I'm honestly kind of impressed. No idea where you got. Also, you look like a fuck.
This is the man with sunglasses from the Whirling in Rags. But where are his sunglasses?
That's right. And you're some kind of murder machine. Oh, really? They don't seem bothered by...
Now that you start thinking about it, Maybe they were afraid of you.
Yes, that has all.
This is not the first time he's.
Vic, calm down.
We're not forgetting about anything. Look at you.
Hello, I'm Trent Heilerstam. I believe we've met on several.
I'm your goddamn partner, Jean-Vic Quemar, and this is your special task force. Or what's left of it. Special Consultant Trent.
Hi.
We've come to scrape what's left of you.
Lieutenant Kim Kitsuragi, Precinct 57. We've just come from the island. We might need your help with something later.
As if he recalled that he's in fact a decorated police. The two aren't mutually.
But this is clearly a departmental matter, so I'm going to leave you to discuss it among yourselves.
It's good to meet you, Lieutenant Kitsuragi.
Letting the lieutenant know he shouldn't feel embarrassed over the shit.
Ari, we want to help you. Trent, I believe this is where you come in?
This is the horse-faced woman. I don't know why you named her that, but it was beyond idiot.
I don't quite know what I'm doing here. I was asked to participate as an expert. I think I need to manage your expectations a little. My background is in something else entirely. I engage in neurology on a...
No, Trent, it's too late. You're part of this shit now. What have you got?
What does he have to say for himself? He left you to catch the bullets.
The cafeteria manager you fucked over told us where you went.
And people on the street helped us too.
You're a legend among the drunks, Harry. A legendary local drunk.
It's okay. I didn't come here to gloat or to fool you.
That's right. Worried. I'm always worried. You're a worry fest. She's worried about you. I'm worried about you. Even Special Consultant Backpedal is worried about you. Everyone worries. Instead of, Major Crimes Unit under Lieutenant Dubois and Vicomar. He doesn't remember.
See? He really doesn't remember.
Yeah, that's very good. God damn it, Harry. You told us to fuck off. You said we're cramping your style. Your detective god. Fuck everything. All we burn. Detect or die.
Oh, what the hell?
It wasn't like that.
Fuck you, Harry. We didn't know there was gonna be a tribunal, did we? Sure. You're not a superstar law official. Talk on the town is your Guillaume Le Million reincarnate. I know this shit. Nothing has changed.
Yes, I'm Trent Heilerstam. I never said I wasn't Trent Heilerstam. Mikhail? Mikhail is my son.
Oh.
His son? What a joke. Everyone is lying to you.
No, I was just interested in the Feld building and the Martinez beachhead. And Mikhail wanted to see Martinez again. I was asked to share my take on some of the more fringe academic theories developed in Königstein in the 30s.
He's here to see if you're insane. He is smart. Let's move on. The bells aren't ringing because you have brain damage. Trent, this is where you...
Well, he doesn't have visible tremors, he talks without slurring, he can drive a boat, he's standing, reasoning. All good signs, but as displayed in the station call, our interactions with him, and I don't want to be a snitch, but also mine with him before when Harry did not seem to know who I was. It's all very interesting.
Interesting?
Yes, interesting. I have my theories, but I would like to hear Harry's thoughts first. Harry, what do you think happened to you? Neurologically, psychologically, and why not socioeconomically?
Yeah, I guess it was something sad.
Psychotraumatic amnesia, Trant? I can go for that. Shit kid is a broken man. Always at. I keep my shit together. Also, I know a person can't wipe their own mind, however traumatic it gets. That doesn't happen.
But Detective Vigmer, he has blanked out. Yes, a couple of times. After some of the more serious benders. One was after the two drunks case. The other when we looked into that mural.
Interesting. So at first he dipped his toes into it, prepared. That's where he would have gotten the idea, yeah.
What do you mean?
Well, here's my theory. What if this is an absolutely normal reaction to the world we're living in? What if this is not a significant anomaly at all? Something to be explored. Look at the ruins, the neon. Listen to the radio, the multitudes, the people. Live here for hardwired to the free market. He just need it for its end.
Okay, Trent, thank you. That's absolutely meaningless. I'm glad we brought you. Will he or will he not be able to work in the major crimes unit?
He's not a cretin, and he is able to do work. If not in his previous leadership role, then as a line detective.
Leadership. Now.
No one even mentioned that. I misphrased my question. It should have been, is he able to put his clothes on and use the body?
They can keep that pension. You're rock solid. You can put your clothes on.
Now nothing. Now we're just going to stand here. No, now we discuss that. What the fuck did you do to a motor carriage? Why is it there, Harry?
Tequila sunset.
Ah, so refreshing. He just admits it. Thank you for your honesty. Thank you for destroying 45,000 real of police property that's coming out of every... It doesn't matter. Your badge, Harry. Show me your badge.
He squints at it, trying to ascertain if it's not a blue candy wrapper or a piece of vinyl.
Okay. And your gun? You lost your fucking gun? I knew it. I knew...
This isn't cause for celebration.
I would say it's very bad, yes. You lost your service weapon while drunk. And then you couldn't find it because you were still drunk? You're drunk right now, aren't you? We're not talking about the fucking gun anymore. We're talking about the vaporized cloud of ethanol coming from your mouth. A little drink? You smell like a corpse. You let a suspect escape, Harry. Glacier something. Because you were too drunk to assess a flight risk.
What?
We've read the reports. Lieutenant Kitsuhagi's. We know.
Oh well, if she was nice. I'm not even gonna get into the other suspect, or the fact that you're Everclear's little peony now, doing I don't know what for him. That's small-time stuff, compared to the 6 people who were gunned down. The streets are literally red with...
He did everything he could. We did everything we could. The company hired and vetted mercenaries. Lieutenant Dubois got between them and the locals.
Here comes the cavalry.
He did so at considerable risk to his person. Remember, he was shot. We stopped an execution, not a negotiation. The loss of life was minimal compared to what it could have been. Don't make this harder for yourself.
Thank you for the input, Lieutenant Kitsuragi. I didn't mean to suggest you didn't handle the situation.
He thinks of apologizing, but this...
You've spent the week with him on this case.
On the case?
On Lieutenant Yofretor du...
Well, the drinking, the lost gun, also losing his badge, that's all true. And he's been drinking on the job.
The man sighed.
Then there's the superstardom. He likes to, from time to time, allude to being a superstar law official. At first I thought it was a joke, but now I'm not so sure. He says disco about 20 times. It's worrying, especially considering his political views. Detective Dubois is, as you may know, a Mazovian socio-economist. He wants to liquidate the ruling class, which, again, for and then there's the motor carriage in the sea, and the drugs, of course. Amphetamine, mostly. But despite all this, he is a great detective. One of the best I have seen, in fact. He can talk human beings into telling him anything, and he doesn't stop. In all the time I've spent with him, he has not once stopped working on the case. He is tireless, madly driven. Well, except that one time when he stopped to sing karaoke, which, by the way, was a valiant effort. He really sang his heart out.
Yeah. It was what it was.
Other than that one time, he has tirelessly worked on the case, and he solved it. We have a confession, a murder weapon, and the perpetrator, locked on the island right now, awaiting transportation. He apprehended a revolutionary brigade who stayed hidden for 50 years, ever since the revolution, who's probably committed other murders over those years. Oh, and he also discovered a new species.
A new species?
A colossal stick insect, 3 meters tall. It's on the island, camouflage as the reeds. It unfolded from them. I did not, unfortunately, get a photo, but I believe it may have been the Insulindian phasmid. I know this sounds fantastic, but I'm a 4 times decorated lieutenant of the RCM. I do not make up encounters with cryptids to spice up my day. I am very, very sane.
I don't doubt you, Lieutenant. If you say it was the Insulindian phasmid, then it was the Insulindian phasmid. Lieutenant, is it somehow connected to the case?
Detective? The old man was not aware of the phasmid's presence. Exhibiting a strange, atypical dementia, he fell into a stupor after its appearance. He became near catatonic.
So it is connected.
We could order a search. I could get people from EPIS on the island, entomologists, doctors. There must be signs of it in the reeds. If we found the Insulindian phasmid, well, that would be absolutely exceptional. The PR value alone. Female?
You had to see it. It had the subdued colors of...
It was definitely female.
Incredible. Were there...
Not as far as I could see. There were other things there, though.
Actually, you know, this would indicate it was a male. This is far from anything in my field, but I think such nests are called bowers. They are for attracting mates.
Really?
Must be robust if it can move a helmet with its limbs.
It could maybe roll it, like a dung beetle.
Yes, but also reed-colored, beige and brown, a little green on the outside. After unfolding from a single stalk, it still retained parts that looked like reed tufts on its limbs.
Incredible. It's a toughie that you don't have a photo. This would look very, very flashy in the papers. None of it says vigilante murderers to me at all. Great PR.
I tried to, but I only got a blur.
We can still work. Cop discovers new species in there. I know a good guy in La Majeste, but only after the École Supérieure people find it. This cannot be done by French people.
It needs to be white coats and glassware for this fly. We need professionals.
In the mist-colored distance over the water, you're doing good here. Perhaps only for a moment. Quit while you're ahead? Or no?
Lilianovich. A revolutionary matronym. The custom started in Grad, where they have patronyms. Krasovich, Lasovich, etc. This man's mother was Lilian. His Lilian's son, Lilianovich. The custom was overturned after the revolution failed, but not before it made it to Revachol.
So, it is what a soldier of the ICM would be called.
Thank you, Trond. Thank you for that piece of cultural theory. You said you have a motive?
Of course, excuse me, I just thought it was noteworthy.
He wasn't quite sure about the straggler before he heard this detail. It must have convinced him.
Possibly induced. But even without that, these men spent 50 years on the islands in the bay, in solitude, loathing what Revachol has become. There's plenty for prosecution to pick from in terms of motive. Also, we have a sniper's nest with full view of the room in which the mercenary died, right on the island, and 2 officers on the scene that Mr. Dross confessed to.
It's a clean win.
Perfect folding mechanism. Get over yourself, Harry.
God damn it. It is bad. It's just a little silly. Chin up. Keep focusing on the positives here.
Yes. Fallen through a gap in a...
The body was transported to Precinct 4.
You're not the only cop in the world.
Still, good work with the missing...
It's still a point for you. No denying it.
This is a conversation for when we are no longer out in the open, in Martinez, where Evrart and Edgar Clare have ears everywhere.
And eyes, too. Your return from the island must not have gone unnoticed.
Understood, of course.
But a case against Everard would be big.
I would prefer not to partake in anything union-related, for political neutrality.
This has to be good stuff for him to backpedal out of it at first mention.
I don't know what a doomed commercial area is. Why?
There was a possible witness in there, and it was close to the crime scene. He was just chasing a lead and ended up advising a local shopkeeper.
Of course. Call it community outreach, right?
Dodged the bullet there. For a moment, it seemed like you were just wasting time.
Who's Kuno?
You don't want...
You're right, Lieutenant. I don't. You snorted the drugs, I know you did. It's alright. I'm in. At this point, anything is but the drink. I don't want to, but you discovered a new species and solved the murder. So I have to. Jude.
Honestly, anything that ends this trial is okay with me.
Agreed. The public relations potential of this is too valuable to let go.
Okay. We have vehicles in the square, and the perpetrator needs to be taken into custody. Let's go.
The man looks jingling his car keys in his pocket.
No.
Talks concluded.
Well, first I will go back to my station and write the most detailed report anyone... Detective, we just stopped a small-scale war. Something is happening to Revachol. I don't know what yet, but it's going to be a hard spring for the RCM.
Distant traffic. A scrap of... It says, tensions rise in Terminal YC in light of the Debardeurs strike.
Talk to Captain Price? I'd rather not ruffle the feathers of 2 captains with my doom-mongering. Work with Price?
Would fit him. And crazy enough. Can...
Flattered. You're Lieutenant Kitsuragi. We would be flattered if you even consider.
I would have to tie things up in GRIH first. But, I mean, whatever is coming, Jamrock will be more central to it than the harbor.
And we also have a huge caseload, Lieutenant. Piles that we need to get back to.
I do like the sound of that.
It's not a mystery. Some chick fucked you over.
You really went with it too.
Dora something. Dora England.
Not Dora Dubois.
Something like that.
Vasa is where beautifully and impossibly blonde.
No one is married anymore. This is Revachol. God, I don't know.
6 years and you haven't gotten over it. What the hell is wrong with you?
Yeah, you're not doing too good there. Incredibly bangable. She was incredibly fuckable. A beautiful bourgeois woman.
Snow, Welkin. Pain, well...
I've only seen a picture. But it's obvious you formed a real spiritual connection with how pretty she was.
Look, the sun is about to go.
I think she taught in the Académie des Arts, east of the river. Way east. My point is, you need to see a psychiatrist about this shit. Not a psychologist. Several degrees harder. Is there something harder than a psychiatrist? Who are you? Well, obviously you're not a gym.
Before you were a cop, you were a gym teacher in Coron. It's getting really cold outside. Should we maybe...
Harry, it explains everything. The running around, the jumping, the bicep girth, your inexplicable fate. Some of your more...
also, the incredible... Also, this guy, and this guy too. God, even this javelin throwing freak here.
Yes, you taught Jim in...
The smell of sweat and Kudo is just east.
High school. Harry, your goings-on with Kuno, Andre, Acel, the whole thing on the ice. That's why you are so juvie.
The regular. You found some chick. She inspired you to fight the big fight. Be more than you are. All that. In your 20s or late 20s, you've really let yourself go since then.
I knew it. I knew no normal human being can run like that.
Us? We're the bloody murder station, haven't you heard?
That's not true. Jamrock is too...
Thank you, Lieutenant. You're being kind. It is an understaffed station and the district is too big, which is why we need to...
Get back to it. We left Torsen and McLean to run the Sea Wing. It's not good.
Okay.
So he remembers that. Yes, there may have been a raid on some church.
Shooting up churches never is. I was out of town, to be clear.
Our enemies were hiding in a church, to the best of our information. That's it. I'm not talking about this anymore.
He means it. The RCA, your clearance will not go up while you're within earshot of the Union headquarters.
God. There are 4 wings, Harry. A, B, C, and D. We're in C. It's made of loose.
There's also a lot of outside help involved.
He's anything but a loser. Although he would like...
Mac the Torso Torsen and Chester McLean.
They are damn iconic though. Torsen and McLean.
Yeah, not like us.
Okay.
Too clinically...
Ptolemy Price? He's the son of the old...
He's one of the most highly regarded men.
Somewhere under the curved roof of a former silk, they speak of change. The city.
Okay. It's not the bloody murder station. It's an old converted...
Jamrock is the largest...
The press will blow over. Jamrock is lucky to have you.
Thank you again, Lieutenant.
Okay, let's go.
Good.
Fuck it, let's go. Tron brought his motor carriage. It's a 20-minute drive to Jamrock.
Under the afternoon sky, you close your eyes and hear... Torsen? Yes. McLean? Yes. Really? Nick Gottlieb looks up from the list. I hear he's unstable. You say that like it's a bad thing.
Wonderful. Then can we please just go back to Jamrock now?
Oh, finally. This should be the end, I hope. Oh yes, GG guys.